Hey everybody, here is probably the newest parts computer I have ever purchased from the Good Computer Works store. This is a Windows 7 computer. That's how new it is. It was likely manufactured in 2009 or 2010. It has an AMD Athlon 2 quad-core CPU. The only thing that's left in it is the motherboard, CPU, heatsink fan, power supply, modem, that kind of stuff. So it is a little bit stripped down. And this one here wasn't a $20 bargain that I normally, like what you normally see on my channel. I did have to dig out 2 extra 20s to get this one. This one was $59.99, which is still a good deal considering what this computer is. Oh yeah, and it has 1 gig of RAM too, so it does have some memory too. And I just happened to get down to the Computer Works store just in time. I almost saw them not going today. It's a good thing I did go. They put this computer out yesterday, and surprisingly nobody jumped on it then. So let's go on and have a look at this one. There's a small little dent right there, but other than that, this computer, cosmetic wise, is in pretty good condition. I mean, there's a scratch right there, but other than that, I think everything looks good on the computer. And I got some special plans for this system. And one of the reasons why I bought it was for you guys, to show you something that I've started to see in a lot of newer computers. Anyways, here's a look inside. This system looks really clean. I mean, there's a couple of bits of dust in here, but other than that, this computer is very clean. And this is a all SATA motherboard. I don't see any ID hookups on here, so it's all SATA. Has 4 DDR2 DIMM slots. Yeah, this is a DDR2 board. Has NVIDIA graphics. It states on the front, NVIDIA GeForce with CUDA. And the different thing about this motherboard is it has no PCI slots. It's more or less a modernized motherboard. It does not have any PCI slots. PCI is an older technology, and of course that's been replaced by PCI Express ×1 slots. And of course the AGP cards, the AGP slot on older motherboards has been replaced with PCI Express 16. And here is our little bitty modem. That's the PCI Express modem. So we have 3 PCI Express ×1 slots and a PCI Express ×16. You can see right here there was actually a spot where they could have installed a standard PCI slot. I believe that's what it is. And it's funny, this motherboard looks close similar in terms of design layout to what's in the TV computer. And this is a Pegatron motherboard. This is kind of similar to a compact that I worked on, I'd say about a year ago. Now there's one aggravating thing here. They took out the hard drive cage. There's no hard drive cage in here. So there's a chance I may not get to reuse this case, but it does have a Windows 7 sticker, which is a good thing. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at a power supply. It's a Bestech model ATX 0300 D5WC. Now, of course, this will be the first time I ever looked at one of these on Q Computer Channel. Here's a look at the power supply specs. Pause the specs. Power supplies that I commonly get are Bestech ATX 25012Z, Bestech ATX 312E, and Bestech ATX 312Z. And this one here is, like I say, a ATX 0300 D5WC. And I'm curious to know, why did this thing end up at Computer Works as a part system? considering its age and what it has installed. Let's go ahead and hook this thing up and test it. Before I actually test this computer, I'm going to look at a few more things. Check out this sticker on the side of the computer that tells you the specs. It has an Athlon 2 620 quad-core CPU, 6 gigs of RAM, 640 gig hard drive, and a LightScribe Super Multi DV burner. And this system has NVIDIA GeForce 9100 integrated graphics and 64-bit Windows 7. So this is actually a really nice system. No kidding, this is actually a really nice system. And just kind of confused. Maybe the hard drive failed? Who knows? So, anyways, let's go and look at the back. I want to show you the ports and everything. It's got good audio. It's Ethernet. Not sure if it's 10100 or a gigabit just yet. Might be a gigabit. Not sure. 4 USB ports. FireWire. VGA out. DVI out. This kind of tells you the integrated graphics is actually pretty decent. Digital audio out and PS2 ports. And of course, again, there's that modem. So now let me go ahead and plug this thing up as I promised and show if this thing's going to work or not. Alright, let's see how this thing's going to do. Extremely quiet. The dang post test was so fast I didn't know what to press. Just try F1. That was F10. Now, here we go. And of course, it's showing the small amount of RAM that's installed. I believe this system had two 2 GB sticks and 2 1 GB sticks for dual channel 6 gigs. And let us see what we have here. System works just fine. And it has the original CPU still installed. And have a look here. This motherboard has RAID. This will be the second time that I've actually seen RAID in an OEM system. This will be the second time. It's very rare. The first system was an eMachine's budget computer. Believe it or not, an eMachine's budget system. It actually had RAID in the motherboard. And of course it has AHCI, which that's what it was sent to. We have ID and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, this board has RAID. Pretty cool. Onboard LAN. Doesn't tell you whether it's gigabit or not. I might just look up this system on HP's support site and get some extra information about this. Now, let's see. Does not have a hardware monitor. That kind of blows. So yeah, it works. It seems to work just fine. Now I'm going to look up some information on this computer so I can give you a little more info about it. Okay, I found some information about this system, and that Ethernet LAN is only 10100. That's kind of disappointing. But that is cool. This motherboard does have RAID built in. So let's go ahead and have another look inside. And then I'll discuss what my plans are for this thing. And what else is funny is this system doesn't seem to have a whole lot of hours on it, too, considering how clean it looks. So anyways, here are my plans for this computer. This motherboard I am planning on pulling it and using it in the TV computer. It's funny, like a week ago I made a different video to where it was actually let me see if I got that computer here. There's actually that computer down there on the floor. I was planning on using this motherboard in the TV computer. But now we have this. Much better graphics, much better layout. So this would definitely be a much better motherboard to use in that computer. So like I say, I'm pulling the motherboard out to use in the TV computer. I might use the CPU too, not sure quite as of now. Here's what I'm actually thinking more of doing with the rest of the system. Seeing that motherboard and DDR3 memory processors are so cheap right now, I might just go online and buy a decent little micro ATX motherboard and probably 4 or 8 gigs of DDR3 memory. Probably slap in maybe a 320 or 500 gig hard drive. Those are 2 drives actually available. And this would actually be a decent system. And of course, throw in a DVD drive because it needs that too. And this would actually be a really nice computer. And of course, it'd be a great alternative to buying a brand new computer with Windows 8 on it any day. So anyways, as of now, this is the newest machine I've ever bought from Goodwill Computer Works, and the last time I spent $60 on a system was when I decided to get a system that had a water cooling system in it. And of course, as you all know, that water cooling system, the components out of that were used on the Mid-Tower Deluxe. Anyways, any questions or comments, feel free to ask, and thanks for watching.